test. All right, this is the build. 7:20. We just got back from checking out the Nat Turner movie Birth of a Nation by Nate Parker. It's an excellent movie. Highly suggest everyone to go see it. So, Reginald, man, can you give us, I guess, your overall summary of the flick?
Overall summary. Well, overall summary I would say is that everyone does need to see it. I mean, no matter what nationality or color or whatever you want to say, what race you are, everyone needs to see it because it's an important film, and it's an important film in this 21st century just because it reaches back into history and it gives people a clearer and I think a more honest view of what that time period and what slaves and slave rebellion and all of that from African American perspective.
So in terms of Nate Parker, we've got people around here doing their thing. So in terms of Nate Parker and his delivery of the movie, him being the writer, producer, and director, do you think him as being an African American, having an African American experience, told it from a different view than maybe somebody outside of the ethnicity?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I don't care how skilled you are as a director if you have if you haven't had the same experience, then it's not going to come across on the screen. I mean, that's why Steven Spielberg, when he does Jewish movies, that's why they're so told so well, is right. Because this is something that he has, experienced in his life. So, yeah, of course, an African American director directing this brings about a certain tone and feeling, and things that, happen in the movie happen, and you, as an African American person, you're like, oh, I can relate to that. I mean, no matter how small or how big. So I saw that.
And I think one thing I must say, for anybody, I mean, just regardless if you're African American or not, but especially if you are African American and you're the type of person that's like, well, Nate Parker's wife is white, and he had those, rape allegations as well. I'm just telling you one thing right now: go see the movie. Stop with the madness and get out of that mind state. This is definitely a homage to Nate Turner. See, I keep getting Nate Turner, Nat Parker. I know everybody does that. Nat Turner, this is homage to Nat Turner, in his spirit for truth and freedom. And that's what I just saw about this movie. I saw that not only our ancestors, but anybody. I think, please correct me, Reginald, what did, was it Jefferson who said freedom or death? Is that right? Was it Thomas Jefferson?
I do not know.
One of them so-called I think he said freedom or death.
Right.
And so that just goes beyond just color lines. Nobody wants to be enslaved. Right. And I think one thing that we have to understand is that, our people were kidnapped. We were never asked to come over. Oh, hey, by the way, people, do you want to just come over and just, give up your freedom and volunteer yourself for enslavement the rest of your life?
Right,
yes, master, I want to do that. So, peace out. Nate Parker did a great job.
Yeah, he did. One thing I wanted to add.
Go ahead, do that.
That for a movie to try to strip people of their dignity, their pride, and everything, this movie was everybody in this movie, and on the side of being enslaved. It was a very dignified set of people, and it kind of goes to show, like, the resilience and the forgiveness and just everything. It was a lot of bad stuff was happening, but people held their dignity, And even in rebellion, even in death, I still felt that there's this dignity that's there that can't be taken away.
How'd you feel about the at the end with the
well, don't give away the
as
ending.
angel? Huh?
Don't give away the ending.
No, I'm not giving away the ending. But man, this movie's already out, man. We're not. It's not.
I
a
know.
spoiler
Well,
for anybody.
the vision that you're talking about, him having this vision of this angel, it was refreshing that it was an angel of color. That was very refreshing.
All right. So overall, man, from a 1 to 10, what would you rate this movie?
Well, 10 being the highest.
Yes, 10 being the highest.
That's a hard question. Like right now, after seeing it, I'd probably give it like a 9.5. It was very little that I had to quibble with.
So what was the half part? What you get 9.5 stars? Why not the full 10?
Why not the full 10? Well, I don't know.
Did you cry at all?
I did. I got choked up. Yeah. I mean, it's a powerful story. I defy anyone to go see it and not cry. I mean, it really is when you start thinking about it, because those are our ancestors.
Yeah.
That stuff happened. You know, I think in this day and age, we're so desensitized to violence and we're so desensitized to everything that you need a story like this to like kind of humanizes.
Well, man, me as a person that's now have definitely ventured into other forms of spiritual concepts and principles. I must say, I give Nate Parker, one as a writer, kudos, man. I mean, this brother and man, I'm critical. My third eye is on everything.
Right,
I filter out everything that comes through my brain.
Yes.
And I suggest everybody, do that from an African-centered perspective. And I was just watching this movie. Going the right way, man?
Yeah.
Okay. And I was just watching this movie, and I was just thinking to myself, like, okay, if I was writing this, how would I write this?
Mm-hmm.
And I really didn't have too many issues. One, just on a writing level, and then also just from his perspective was just so on point.
Agreed.
I'm trying to figure out, and I'd probably have to watch the movie again to see if I would give it, under 10 stars.
Right,
but for me, it's definitely 10.
Right.
On so many levels. So, kudos to, Nat Turner, obviously, and Nate Parker for telling this story that's long overdue, and many of these stories are long overdue. So, regardless if he gets nominated or not, this is beyond the Grammys, this is beyond the Oscar. This is something that, my humble opinion is something that hopefully, future generations will take this and move on with their lives to say that, hey, our ancestor, put his life down for freedom, so we can have the freedoms that we have. So outside of that, man, is there anything else, man, you wanna add right now?
No, it's good. I'm still gonna stick with my 9.5. But
9.5.
I agree with everything you're saying, that it was it's near flawless. It really is, because it didn't have like a lot of the traps that some of these types of movies have, where you have like the white savior come in, or the this or that. It was very, like, it was remarkably done. Yeah. So.
All right, man. Well, obviously, and as usual, thank you for your time, brother. I'm glad we had a chance to go, experience this movie. And,
Absolutely.
All right, that's about it. Peace.